Hey everyone, it's Jessica Edwards in Wilmington, North Carolina. All right, so here's the deal. We have a local news, our early morning news show locally. They always have this one segment that's local businesses. It's basically an advertisement for the businesses where you can come on and speak for, a minute or something. So today's person was a real estate agent, which is great. I love when people talk real estate. It helps everyone out and it's good for the real estate market overall. However, this particular agent that was on there speaking, sort of promoting himself, said a couple of things that just one was totally incorrect and one just didn't make sense. He was kind of halfway there, but didn't explain it the right way to where it would really hit home. So the first thing was about how it's such a great time to buy and sell. It's a great time to buy and sell. Completely agree. However, his comment more than once was that we're at the bottom of the market. We're at the bottom of the market. So it's a great time to buy and sell. Well, two things about that. One, we are definitely not at the bottom of the market in Wilmington. We haven't been at the bottom of the market for probably a few years now. So we're definitely not this increased crazy surge in a seller's market, but we're certainly not at the bottom of the market. And I don't think anyone would disagree with me with that. If you know our market locally and just nationally, obviously, I think most people would agree that we're out of that very bottom of the real estate market. So his commenting and saying that a couple of times, I think doesn't resonate with anyone because it's not correct. So the bottom of the market, we are past that. However, even if we were at the bottom of the market, I don't understand why it's a good time for people to sell necessarily if we're at the bottom of the market. So saying we're at the bottom of the market, it's a great time to sell your house. That doesn't make any sense because typically at the bottom of a real estate market, you have the most amount of inventory and the least amount of buyers. So if we're at the bottom of the market, that wouldn't be it wouldn't be a very accurate or a good thing to say it's a great time to sell unless you gave a specific reason as to why it would be a good time to sell at the bottom of the market, a reason that I can't come up with any reason for that. So if somebody does, please share and let me know. The second thing he said was about interest rates and that, it's a great time to buy because we're at the bottom of the market and interest rates are still so low. Totally agree with that. Interest rates are very low. I mean, they're still teetering around that 4, a lot of times under 4 for a 30-year fixed. So that is an accurate statement, but his comment was that, a difference in percentage points, 2 percentages, so say a 4% interest rate on a loan versus 6, over the life of the loan is going to save you so much money. And that's something that you hear a lot, industry, just sort of wide, that it's going to, over the life of the loan over 30 years, it's going to save you $20-some thousand or whatever it is. And that's true. But typically for the most part, nobody really gives a, what about that. Yes, we all care that it's going to save us that much money over the life of the loan, but most people aren't going to stay in that house for 30 years. They're not going to pay off that loan in full. So it's not really going to save them that much money. Nobody really cares about that big number as much as they do about their monthly payment. So what he was saying was correct, but he missed why it's so impactful to a buyer. The reason it's so important for a buyer is that monthly payment, having an interest rate, even a 1% difference in an interest rate dramatically changes your monthly payment. And your monthly payment, you could have the exact same monthly payment at 2 different interest rates and it changes the purchase price that you're available to buy. So you could be looking at a totally different purchase price with a lower interest rate. And so that's where it's that important, is it affects your monthly payment, which ultimately affects the price of the house you can or cannot purchase solely based on that interest rate. And I think a lot of times people don't realize how much the interest rate affects the price of the property you can buy because it relates to your monthly payment. And the monthly payment is the number that you live with. When we write that mortgage check every month, that's the number that we pay attention to, not the sales price of the house, not how much money we're saving over the 30-year life of the loan. So, it was great, and I liked to see real estate, but there were just a couple things that were like almost there, but just not quite, and just the bottom of the market comment was completely off. So just wanted to share my thoughts on that. I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to email me, and of course, please check us out at thecarolinasfinest.com. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for listening.